Hey guys, in this video I'm gonna show you how to create a wireframe skin for your FiveM GTA 5 weapons. I know that there's already some tutorials on YouTube to create wireframe, but most of them do not cover the optimization part, and if you want to use these skins for your server, for example, optimizing them is really important because the wireframe modifier in Blender creates a lot of triangles. So yeah, let's get started. Before I want to say that this is not a beginner tutorial, I expect you to have a Blender and Solium's working versions and CodeWalker and all the required apps. For me, I'm using Blender 3.6 and Solium's 1.3, but these versions are pretty old right now. So you can use more recent versions and it will work, just the UI will be a little bit different, but that's it. So the first thing we want to do, I will just open Blender real quick, but the first thing is to get the weapon you want to have as a wireframe. So I'm gonna get the pistol MK2, the underscore high version, so we get the best resolution. All right, and you want to have the, I don't know if I will be able to get it here, but you want to have the YTD, so the texture dictionary that goes with it. Put that in export like this. All right. So now make sure to open folder and select your folder where you exported everything. And we are good to go. So in Blender, we can delete everything and import our weapon like this. So the first thing is to hide the bones because we don't need them and we don't want to see them. So you go in here and uncheck bones. For these little geometry here, you can delete them because these are the decals on the weapon. We don't need them. We don't need unnecessary geometries. Also, you can go back here and check statistics. So you can see how many triangles your weapon has. I will just merge these two together by selecting one, then holding Control, selecting the other, and press Ctrl J to merge them together. And now we can go in this blue wrench here and add a new modifier, which is the wireframe. Make sure to check boundary and uncheck even. And you can put a value of, for example, 0.0006. Let's try 7 directly. Okay, I prefer it like this. Once you did this, there's something you want to do first that I forgot. Select your weapon, go with tab in edit mode. You can press M by selecting everything. You can press M and merge by distance. So it will remove vertices that are really near together and almost duplicated. And we don't really want to have them since we are doing a wireframe skin, and we want to avoid duplicated polygons, vertices, etc. So now what you can do is press Alt and J. So we go from triangles to quads, and it will remove unnecessary edges. If your gun is looking weird like this, with a weird shading, you can go in this green triangle, geometry data, and clear custom split normals. And the gun will go back to its original shape. All right, now go back to object mode, and we want to add a new modifier, which is the decimate modifier. Put it above everything, The armature, make sure that it is at the bottom. If you don't have it or have something different, make sure to put it at the bottom. And wire decimate, you want to select the planar option. And now you can see that the gun is already way cleaner, but we can increase the angle limit. If we don't have this, we are at 43,000 triangles, and if we have it, we are at 28,000. So it's already a huge improvement, but we can do better. You can increase the angle limit, and let's see how the gun looks now. So the more you increase and the more the gun will look awful. So you need to find the sweet spot between having the gun way too optimized and not looking like a gun anymore, and having the gun not enough optimized and being bad for your server or whatever. Let's say. Okay, let's say like this. It's pretty good. So if you like it like this, it's perfect. Before we apply the modifiers, we can optimize the gun even more, and I will show you how. Select the gun, go in edit mode, and you have some things like this. For example, this, or even this that we don't want, because in wireframe, it's not looking really good, and it's taking a lot of triangles. So you can select them by pressing L on the keyboard and having your cursor on it. And you can do that for pretty much anything that you don't like or don't want on your gun. For example, these. When these are selected, you can press X and delete faces, and your gun will appear will appear cleaner, and you will also decrease the number of triangles. You can go even further than this and select your gun, go back in edit mode and select edges here. And for example, sometimes, and I will take this example here, you have these edges here that honestly are not really necessary. And you can just select them and press X edges, and you can delete them, and it will decrease the overall triangles count and make your gun cleaner. Like for example, these ones here, you can't even see them, and it's not making the gun look really good. So you could just delete them like this, and the gun is cleaner. Even these ones, I'm not sure that it will work, but yeah, you see it's not working here, so sometimes you need to keep them. But yeah, you can do that on a lot of things. Like for example, this, you want to remove one and see how the gun is working. You could even remove all of them to be honest. You see, well, it's not looking really good, but I think you understand the point. You can pretty much mess with the gun and see what you can remove or not to optimize the gun. All right, now let's say that the gun is fine and you like it this way. Make sure to apply the modifiers, but in the order they are set. So first one decimate, then the other one wireframe, and make sure to not apply the armature because it's there for GTA to understand how the gun works, and not really important stuff. Alright, now that we have finished the gun, we want to have a texture for the gun. So you can, in your browser, go in directly to Photopea and create a new project. Since we want the gun to be only one color, I will really optimize the texture and select a width of 64 and height of 64. So the texture will be super small, but really optimized. Now, I don't really use this software, so I don't know where the bucket tool is. Okay, it's here. So you have the gradient tool. You can select the paint bucket tool and select your color here and press on the square and it will fill it with the color you want. When you have the color, you can export the texture as PNG. Let's rename it texture for now. And you should have it in your download folder. Perfect. Now that you have the texture, we want to convert it as a DDS. So you can go to Convertio here. Make sure that it's PNG to DDS and select your texture and convert. All right, now I downloaded the texture. Perfect. Go back on your gun. Go in the shader and add a new shader to your gun like this and select your texture here. So once the texture is set here, you can export your gun in your folder. All right, perfect. And now you go in Codeblocker here and you can convert the YDR. All right, it's perfect now. Make sure that you go inside, you edit the YTD. You want to remove all the textures inside the YTD because we don't need them anymore since we added our own texture. And you can add your newly created texture as DDS. Perfect. And now you can save and close. So as you can see now, the YTD is 1 KB, which is ridiculously optimized. Now make sure that the YTD, you duplicate it and you add at the end plus sign HI, and you do the same with the YDR. But since you already add the underscore I, this one you want just this time you want just to remove it like this. So you should have the pistol.ydr and the pistol underscore high YDR, and same thing with the YTDs, but with plus high. And when you did everything like this, you can't really see the texture inside of Codewalker, but if you use OpenIV, we should be able to see the texture already working on the gun, as you can see. So now you can install your skin with your favorite installation option. So I will just put the files inside my server, but you can just install it as a RPF mod or whatever. Okay, so now we can simply spawn our weapon, which is the pistol MK2. And as you can see, it's working pretty fine. So don't mind the other magazine because it's from another gun. But if you want to add the magazine as wireframe, you can just repeat this same process, but with the magazine. And it's working pretty fine. It's looking cool. You can even make it glow at night if you know how to do it, and do pretty much what you want. So I didn't optimize the gun to the fullest because it was a tutorial and I don't really have the time to optimize the gun, but if you understood how it works, you can optimize your gun however you want. So thank you for watching this tutorial. If you have any questions, you can just join my Discord, which is in the description, and create a ticket to ask me whatever you want concerning this tutorial, and I will help you fix your problems if you have some. And yeah, see you guys in another one.